It's Monday morning. I just dropped my 3 older kids off at school and daycare. My littlest one is napping and I need to get my life together. I don't know about you, but the last few weeks have just been such a blur. We had spring break, it was Easter, we had family in town. I'm so busy teaching and working these days as the semester gets ready to wrap up. And then last week I was selling at a big vendor event. My kids are in baseball, so we've had games galore. And then we also hosted a birthday party for my second son who is turning 7. So I just want to start the week fresh, and I thought I would walk you through how I organize and prioritize my to-do list using my Pinpoint Your Priorities notepad. Last time I made a video like this, you guys seem to love it, and I hope you find it helpful to see the kinds of tasks that you can drop, defer, delegate, dumb down, do well. All this relies on my 5Ds method for figuring out which tasks truly deserve your precious time and energy. I run through it all in my free Pinpoint Your Priorities playbook, so I will link that for you down in the description. But this has just been a game changer for me as a full-time working mom of 4 young kids. This is really how I try and keep myself somewhat sane in the midst of all the busyness. I will link this for you down in the description as well, but you don't need the notepad in order to implement the method. You can totally do this with a blank sheet of paper or, whatever works for you. The point is that we just have to get all of these tasks out of our head, down on paper, and yet I really find that looking at a long list of to-dos is still overwhelming. So it then comes down to prioritizing and really clarifying which things you are going to focus on so that you can then schedule those in appropriately into your planner. This was by far the biggest seller at the vendor event I did, so I'm really excited that you guys are loving it. I hope you find this helpful. If you do, give this video a thumbs up and let's just jump into it, shall we? All right, here's the fun part. I have everything all set up so that I can do this as quickly and as efficiently as possible, because you know that we could waste time over planning or being, too caught up in trying to get everything just right. This is not supposed to make your life more complicated or take your time away from what truly matters. It's meant to help you hurry up, get these thoughts and tasks out of your head, and then help you move on to doing what's most important. So I have my notepad, I have my different colored planning markers. I love these because they just, 1, look really pretty, and 2, they help me color code everything by category of task as it applies to different areas of my life. This is totally optional, but I love looking at the paper and seeing kind of how many tasks I have of those different categories, because it then makes it really easy to time block in my planner and group certain types of tasks together. It's a really great productivity strategy to make sure that you are doing similar kinds of things at the same time in order to avoid the switching costs of going back and forth between different tasks. I have scratch paper with the things that I was thinking of last night before I went to bed, the things that I cannot forget to do this week. And then I have my planner so that I can look back and see what did not happen last week that I need to schedule in again. So let's get started, shall we? First step is just to do this brain dump of anything you can think of that has to happen. No particular order, just get it out and write down the due date that is associated with that thing. So first off, no particular order, but I need to order some strawberries. My kids are having a school event later this week and I need to donate that for them. Let's see, we've got a bunch of baseball games coming up, so I definitely need to wash their baseball stuff from this past weekend, see if I can get the stains out of their white pants. Like, oh my gosh, if you have laundry tips, let me know. But yeah, we gotta be all ready for the many, many games coming up this week. Let's see, as far as work stuff goes, teaching-wise, I need to write a few quizzes for my students. I need to grade their midterms. I need to write their final exam. I'm doing this 3-week condensed course. It's super intense, both for the students and for me. So yes, the midterm and the final feel like they are right on top of each other. I am ashamed to admit that research-wise, I was supposed to review a journal article last week and I didn't get to it. So, you know, the way that academic publishing works is you send things out for review. Other scholars have this blind peer review process, and I regularly review other people's work and they review mine, and I'm supposed to get this turned back around to the journal. I'm late, so that needs to happen ASAP. Oh, I've got returns that I need to take back to Kohl's before I can pay my Kohl's bill. So that needs to happen today. Oh my gosh, this is so crazy. I desperately need to put the Easter stuff away. Easter was a while ago and it was wonderful. I hope yours was as well, but I worked to have the kids put all the eggs back together and we rounded up all the Easter grass, and then silly me, I just stuck everything up on the counter. And what do kids do? Of course, they keep getting into it, pulling it down, and I keep picking all this stuff up, but I have yet to really organize it and put it back in the holiday cabinet in our garage. So I have got to put the Easter stuff away. That is driving me nuts. There's no particular deadline where that has to be done. That's the hard part, right? If it doesn't have a deadline, we often don't do it. We push it down the road. I need to get a birthday present for my son to take to a party. Okay, I think that's everything on here. Let me then flip open in my planner and see what all is coming up here. Oh goodness, this is really important. I am headed to Florida for a baby shower, and then I finally get to take my littlest one out to Colorado to meet my parents soon. And I have got to schedule a rental car and a car seat rental for those trips, because I'm not gonna take our car seat and base. That would just be a lot of work. But I've never rented a car and a car seat at the same time. If you have any tips, let me know, but I've gotta get that scheduled or I will be in trouble. It's not super urgent this week, but should happen. We've got some regular vitamins that we get on a monthly basis. I like a subscription plan, and I need to review that order before the first of the month. Make sure that we're only ordering what we need. I need to update my business finances. Obviously the accounting stuff is intense, but I also keep track of subscribers and you know, other things that are going on so that I can analyze how my business is going, and need to get that done. No particular deadline. I don't have any upcoming bills right now, but that's the kind of thing that I have to squeeze in late night, early morning, in and around my full-time job. You know, or I hope you know, how much I love doing all of this for Solutions for Simplicity in hopes that it helps you. But yeah, it is definitely one more thing on top of being a full-time working mom of 4 young kids. I'm a crazy person, what can I say? I need to put away the inventory that didn't sell at the vendor event. It was awesome to go and sell these past few days last week, but now all of the boxes are sitting right over here in this corner. Actually, I just had to, you know, rush them in and drop them down before we went to my son's birthday party last weekend. And that also reminds me, my husband is gonna have a fit if I don't clear everything out and make his workout space ready to go. I mentioned when I did my home office remodel that, you know, this part turned out amazing, right? But that side of the room is still a work in progress, and I need to finally go through all of that stuff so that we can use that space as it was intended. Kids have a dentist appointment tomorrow, all 3 of them. Wish me luck. Oh, okay, I need to also mail this anniversary card. Let's see, their anniversary is the 1st, so I need to mail it like Wednesday. I think those are the big things right now. So now that I have done the brain dump, I mean, you can always add things to it as you think of them, but now is the time to go through each task and analyze each item according to these different categories based on how long you think that thing will take to complete, the degree of difficulty, how hard or easy is that task? Does it have to get done? Does it have to be done right now? Does it have to get done by you? Or and does this require your best effort? So since I have black, let me just go through Kohl's return. It's probably gonna take me, I mean, realistically like an hour by the time I drive there, unload the baby, go in the store. That's why I've been putting it off. Degree of difficulty, it's easy, it's not hard. Does it need to get done? Yes. Does it need to get done now? Yes, because I have to pay the bill and I don't want to pay for things, right, if I'm returning them. Has to get done by me because I am the only one that has my account. So that's the kind of task then that I am going to dumb down. I'm going to try and do it as quick and easily as I can. I'm going to move that over to the dumb down category. And then I'll just put a little check over here on the side to mark that I analyzed that item and gave it a place on the right-hand side within these 5 different buckets of how or which strategy you should use for that particular task. Next up, paying the Kohl's bill. That's only going to take me 5 minutes. It's very easy. Yes, it has to get done. Yes, it has to get done now, but like within a couple of days. So I'm not actually gonna put that. Has to get done by me. Yeah, my husband could do that one. Does not require my best effort. So I'm gonna delegate that to my husband. He'll be so happy. Car rental, I don't know. I'm gonna have to set a time limit. That's the kind of task where you could look at all the different agencies, or you could compare Expedia and Orbitz or Turo. Have you guys heard of this? Like you could be on there and fall down the rabbit hole of trying to find the best deal and the perfect car, but I'm gonna have to just set a limit for 30 minutes. I don't have that much time to focus on that. Degree of difficulty, not really the hardest thing, but I'm gonna put 2 just because mentally I wanna find the right car, and finding the car seat's gonna be a little challenging. Has to get done now. Doesn't have to happen this week. I'd like it to happen this week. Does need to get done by me. Does not require my best effort. So I'm actually, given everything else that I have to do and how behind I'm feeling on some bigger projects, I'm gonna be really tough with myself, and I'm gonna put that in the defer category because it can technically happen next week. I'm kind of pushing it to make it that close to my actual trip. And if I can get it done this week, wonderful. But I don't wanna neglect something more important for that kind of task this week if I can help it. Review the Nature Sunshine order. That's gonna take me like 10 minutes. It is very easy. Does need to get done. Does need to get done now. Yes, by me. Does not require my best effort. So that's a dumb down kind of thing. Clean the bonus room. Another kind of task that I'm just gonna have to set a timer and be hard on myself. I'm gonna give myself an hour. Needs to get done. Needs to get done now. Needs to get done by me. Does not require my best effort. So that's a dumb down task. If it's not already clear, this dumb down category has been a lifesaver for me because as a recovering perfectionist, I used to think that everything I did had to be done at 150%, right? It had to be just so. And especially since having kids, it is that much more apparent that there are only 24 hours in a day. And that's not to be an excuse, right? You guys know I'm a broken record about really taking advantage of the time that you have. But it means that you can't waste your time on things that you could do much more quickly and that really aren't as important as so many other things. So yes, would I love to organize the bonus room just so? You know I would. Mailing the anniversary card is gonna be like 10 minutes. I've got a box of cards downstairs. Normally I would have already filled this out and stuck it in my planner. That's one of the things I do to try and get organized at the beginning of the year, but I had just had a baby and then I was getting back to work and I haven't yet filled out all of my cards for the year as I wish I would, but that's okay. I have the card at hand, don't need to run to the store. Very easy to do, does need to get done, needs to get done now. I could actually delegate this to my husband, which I am going to do because it is his dad. Quick reminder that there's no right or wrong way to do this. Your tasks might look very different depending on what you have going on in your life, whether you work, how demanding your job is, whether you have kids or not, and how old they are. So don't stress about the specifics. I'm just running through my tasks to give you a sense of how I use this method, but I promise you, the method is where the success is at. If you implement these 5 Ds for whatever you have on your to-do list, it will save you so much sanity by really helping you figure out what you need to do first. Moving on, kids stuff. Order the strawberries. I do the Walmart delivery. I finally caved and got a Walmart Plus membership, and it has been so awesome. Highly, highly recommend. Degree of difficulty, that is easy. Must get done now, must get done by me because I'm the one that has the app. I could do that very quickly. So order strawberries, get the baseball stuff ready. That's gonna take me, we'll say 30 minutes between all the back and forth time. Very easy, must get done now. Whew, does it have to get done by me? I mean, on the one hand, I'm the one that knows more than my husband how to get stains out, but the truth is, I'm gonna ask him to do the baseball stuff. Thanks, babe. All right, I'm gonna delegate that. Baseball stuff, that's gonna be moved off of my plate because I need to focus on work this week. Birthday present. In the old days, I would have actually taken my son to the store so he could physically pick out the present for his friend, but given that time is of the essence, and Amazon is my best friend, I'm just gonna have my son sit down with me. We'll see maybe what we can find on Amazon, order that, call it good. So that is an easy task, does need to get done by the weekend when the party takes place. So I'm gonna put that under delegate. Oh, let's get into work tasks. This is where it gets pretty clear what things are most important, at least for me and my situation. So writing my students' quizzes, that's gonna take me easily a couple hours, probably an hour per quiz, because I not only have to write the questions, but I have to put it into the online system. It's not the hardest thing. Does have to get done, does need to get done now by me. I mean, I wanna make this class really hard and challenging, but in theory, I could draw on some questions from the textbook, and I could definitely look back at some past semesters and maybe reuse a few questions. So I think I'm gonna try and make this one more of a dumbed down task. I'm gonna do it quickly while still trying to make the quiz as hard as it can be, right? Lucky students. Then grading the midterms, let's see that. Oh my gosh, that's always, grading takes forever, right? It's just one of those things that is what it is. And it's the glamorous part of being a teacher or an academic that no one really sees or understands, but that's probably gonna take me a good 5 hours or so. It is hard. That is a really tedious task that I never look forward to. Needs to get done now because there's only so much time before the semester ends and students need to know where they stand going into the final. Needs to get done by me, does require my best effort. So that is one of my do well tasks this week, and I will feel so much better when that is done. Writing the final exam, that too is gonna take me a good amount of time, probably 3 or so hours. Bouncing around, but that reminds me that I need to finish filming some lectures before the end of the semester, and they also will have their papers coming due, so I'm gonna need to grade the paper assignment. They are turning in those projects over the weekend, so the grades have to be done probably by like the 3rd, in which case I'm gonna go ahead and defer that. I just want it to be on my radar so that I remember to come back and put that onto next week's to-do list, as if I would forget, right? I'll have all these papers sitting in my inbox. They will need to be done. I need to finish filming the lectures by Friday, which is 29th. Actually, what am I thinking? They need to be done long before that so students can access them. So I'll put the 27th. That will take, oh my gosh, it takes me about an hour per lecture and I've got 4 to do. I'm going to overestimate the amount of time it takes me so that I don't fall into that planning fallacy where you don't allow yourself enough time to do what you need to do and you overplan because you think you can get to things more quickly than you do. I'm gonna say 6 hours just to make it safe. Degree of difficulty is hard. Must get done now by me. That is ultimately then a do well task. All right, coming back to writing the final exam was gonna take me 3 hours. That's hard, has to get done this week, has to get done by me, requires my best effort. In theory, the final is not until Monday. and I don't like to work on the weekends. I'm trying so hard to have better work-life boundaries. That's the classic working mom struggle. But if I can get this done before the weekend, that's what I will ultimately want to do, because I want to enjoy my weekend with my family. I don't want to be down to the wire trying to finish writing this exam that my students need to take on Monday. The review I need to do for the journal, that is gonna take me a good long time. I wanna really put my best thought into it and be critical, but, you know, provide a lot of positive feedback and suggestions for improvement. That's how we scholars try and help one another in this publication process. Let's see. It's the kind of thing that I could spend many hours doing, but I also need to get on to other important things. So I'm gonna have to set that time limit for myself, probably an hour to read the article and another 2 to write the actual write-up review. So 3 hours, definitely hard. I'm behind. That was supposed to be done last week. Must get done now, must get done by me, requires my best effort. So that is a do well task. What do I have left? Only my side business things. Okay, so updating finances and metrics. That usually takes me 30 to 60 minutes, but I can make it really fast, and it also is not something urgent, right? I like to track these things, but a lot of the online systems, you can go back and review metrics for past dates. So as I'm thinking about it and looking at the things that I already know I really need to do well, that is definitely something that I can postpone. So I'm just gonna skip through for now because it doesn't have to get done right now. That can be deferred. I don't have any bills for my business right now. Otherwise, I mean, like this particular week, otherwise that would definitely be more urgent. But since it's not, I'm gonna defer that kind of task. It's the thing that I would love to do. I would actually be really inclined to jump in and do that first, right? Because it's fun. I love working on my business, but have to first and foremost get my actual work done and, you know, be the mom I want to be for my family. So, all right, that's gonna have to be deferred. Putting away the unsold inventory, that's part of cleaning up the room here, so it does need to happen. I'm gonna have to make it fast. I'm gonna have to just kind of push boxes and stack them up in the side for now. Has to get done by me. I definitely don't want other people going through and touching all that stuff. Does not require my best effort, so that will be a dumbed down task. And I can't believe I didn't think of this sooner, but as I am thinking about all of my exciting business stuff, I'm remembering that the next round of my Goal Slayer Gals group kicks off, and I still have so much to finish up for that. I've got to get more, you know, information out there so people can sign up. I will put information in the description if you want to check it out, but every so often I run these 60-day goal slaying sprints where ambitious women can cheer each other on, get the support and accountability they need. The last couple rounds have been so awesome, and I'm really excited for this next one because it's going to be that much better. But I have got to get that going. How long is that going to take me? I mean, oh, I want to make everything perfect, right? But I will need to be realistic. That's the kind of thing I'm gonna have to break up into small little tasks, and you know, I don't have an 8-10 hour window where I could just do that. I wish I did, but I'm gonna need to split it up over the next several nights. I'll go ahead and put like 6 hours and then try and do 1 to 2 hours a night here, but that's really fun. It's not the most hard, but it still requires a lot of creativity and organization, and I just have so many ideas for making this next round the best it can be, better than ever. Must get done by now, by me. It requires my best effort. Yeah, it does, because I want everything I offer to be amazing for you. So Goal Slayer Gals will be a do well, but it's the kind of thing that, again, I have to fit into my evenings and weekends and in and around the other things. All right. So I have my list. I didn't find any tasks that I could immediately drop. So everything that I have in my mind needs to happen sometime. It really does need to get done, but I did identify a few things that are not so urgent. I can defer them to next week. Several things that I will go ahead and delegate just to allow my time and energy to be focused on the tasks that only I can do. There are more tasks that I can dumb down than that need to be done well, but I have finally done what I set out to do, which is use this Pinpoint Your Priorities notepad and my 5Ds method here to identify which tasks truly have to be done well, right? So that I know that this is where I need to jump in and start. And I'm gonna finalize all of this by figuring out the specific order in which I will do these things. Grading midterms, filming lectures, writing final exam, my review for the journal, and Goal Slayer Gals. Definitely the first thing that has to happen is the review that I'm already behind on. So that is gonna be number 1. Filming the lectures will have to be number 2 because my students need that to finish their coursework. Writing the final exam, that can maybe wait a little bit. I'm gonna say Goal Slayer Gals as number 3 because I wanna get all of this together so that we can hit the ground running on Monday. Grading the midterms is not like, yes, I know my students need their grades, but the final exam is going to be more important to have ready. So I'll make that number 4, and grading the midterms can be number 5. So as you can see then, I finally have my ultimate result. And I know I'm ridiculous, but I just get so much joy out of having a clear set of marching orders. You've heard me say that over and over, but I like to know what I should actually be doing. And now I can go in and block out time in my planner for when I'm gonna do these things, right? If you'd like another video on how I do that, let me know in the comments because I can walk you through that next step as well. But the best part is that everything is now down on paper and it's no longer just clogging up my brain. I can clearly focus. I can see that while I have a lot of things to do, it's doable, right? I really know what I'm going to start in on and what things I'm going to make easier on myself so that I don't need to be as stressed and overwhelmed as I would otherwise be. Whew, okay, got all of those things out of my head, down on paper, sorted, organized, prioritized. I feel so much better. My baby is waking up from his nap, so I gotta run, but I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please do me a favor, give it a big thumbs up. Share it with somebody that is struggling with more to do than time to do it, because I just can't tell you what a difference this 5Ds method makes for me as a busy working mom of 4 young kids, trying to keep it all together and do all the things. Jump straight into these other videos for more of my top tips. Don't forget to subscribe for regular videos on planning, productivity, and purposeful living, and I will see you back soon. Have a great day.